Alright, y'all. You're on the stand. I'm editing a video that will take forever to edit. I'm editing a video, but I will say we are doing the Spooky Scary Sunday, but it's gonna have to be a little bit short, at least 15 minutes, because oh my god, because I am editing a video. But let's just get in. No intro. Let's get in. The first one we're going to be watching is called Two True Computer Horror Shows Animated. It has two stories from Horror Shorts Party, The Goats, Horror Shorts Party, and that's it. And there's two computer stories, and it's only 9 minutes long. So, without further ado, let's get in. Got this, my camera's ready, and I got my LED light. I got this other light. Okay, we doing good. Check. Make sure I'm recording. And okay, let's go. Let's go. War Stars Body. Computer's red.
I live alone in a small house in Canada. And this all happened about 6.5 years ago.
What? Hold up. Yo. Why did that... Just get my camera over here. Why that low-key look like the Family Guy house? Like, literally. It looks like the Family Guy house, but just like a different angle. The regular angle is like a straight, but this is like this way. But I don't even know.
I opened my front door one morning to go and get some groceries and found the strangest thing waiting for me outside. Lying on my doorstep was a small USB flash drive. Almost stepped on the damn thing. Who'd put that there, I thought. It was just your generic USB stick. No label or anything. No way to know who it came from. Well, I did what anyone else would do. Took it inside and plugged it into my PC. The device was full of pictures. In fact, nothing but pictures. Dozens of them. I opened the first one and clicked through them in order. The first few were just shots from around town. General places that I recognized. The fourth image was taken on our town's busiest street. In the image, the street was full of people, but there was somebody in it that caught my attention immediately. Me. The image showed me in amongst the crowd, just minding my own business. Well, this was a small town. Was it just a coincidence that I was in the picture?
My brother walked in. You know, shirt on. See any turkey boy? Look at him. Show me your rib. Go like. Look at that. Meat. Skin. Bones. Alright, get out. I gotta go for it. Like Kudgy. Let's keep going.
The fifth image had been taken on the same day. Again, it was taken in our town. Again, I was in it. The photographer was closer to me this time. Whoever had taken these pictures of me, I hadn't noticed them at the time. Next came several more pictures of me in various locations around town.
In my white
Then, something more chilling. A photo of a house. My house.
Family Guy house.
It was nighttime in the image, and the living room light was on. I clicked through to the next picture. It was another image of my house, this time taken even closer. Through the living room window, you could see me sitting on the couch, watching television. I could tell from the clothes I was wearing that it had been taken the night before. I had no idea that somebody had been outside watching me. I kept clicking through the images on the drive. Photo after photo of me inside my house, taken from just outside my window. Because it was so light inside and so dark outside, I was totally unable to see that somebody was watching me from out there. I couldn't see them, but they could see me, clear as day. Didn't even need to use the flash on their camera. After 20 or so photos of just me inside my house, there came a real curveball. An image taken from inside my hallway. The man or woman or whoever was taking these pictures of me had been inside my house the night before. There were photos of my living room, now lightless and empty, obviously taken after I'd gone to sleep. Photos of my kitchen, of my dining area, my stairwell, and several taken as the unknown person ascended my stairs towards where I was sleeping. My brain started to run wild with thoughts about who had been following me. Had I wronged someone in the past? Said the wrong thing to the wrong guy? Was this just some weirdo who'd decided to target me? Were they armed when they came to pay me a visit? Whatever the case, somebody had come inside my house at night and taken pictures of all of the rooms, including my bedroom. The second to last photo was of me, fast asleep in my bed, totally oblivious to the person in my home. The final image was just of a handwritten note, framed in close-up. The message on it simply read, "Never hide a spare key under your doormat." I've since moved house.
Hold on.
A Cracker
Bell. No, get my freaking Cracker Bell. Your food stinks. Freaking dude back there. Look at him. Look at him freaking back there. Probably him. Probably him. I'm telling you, probably him.
This all took place a couple of years back.
Same girl?
I was walking my dog through a local park late one night and decided to take a little break on one of the park benches. I sat down and immediately felt something under my butt. It was a USB flash drive, which had either been forgotten or abandoned by somebody.
Again?
I waited around for maybe 5 minutes to see if somebody would come back and claim it. Nobody did, so I just put it in my pocket. Like I said, it was late at night, so the park's lost and found area was closed. I planned to head back there in the morning before work and hand it over. Maybe the owner might come by and collect it. Probably a student who had some work assignments on it, I figured. As I sat at home, my curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to take a quick look at what was on the USB. I plugged it into my computer and checked its contents. Strange.
Little black
There was only
deep
one
web series
file on the
too?
USB. An Excel file of all things. Some poor schmuck must have lost this thing after its first use. The file was simply titled Little Black Book.
Don't know if you heard that or not.
Needless to say, I opened the document.
Whoa.
Names, addresses, and numbers. Mr. X, Tudor Hill Drive,
Mr. X,
52,750.
Mr. Y, Dr. Z,
Mrs.
Mr.
Y,
Hips-
Springfield
Hips-
Avenue, 47,300.
Mrs. X Millie.
Dr. Z, Deacon Street, 52,200, etc. The list ran on and on, probably 40 or 50 names and addresses in total. At least 25 of them had been highlighted in red. The rest were just in black. Strange. Why would someone go through the trouble of making an Excel file with all this information in it, then saving it onto an empty USB as the only file? Were these someone's clients? Someone's friends? I had no idea. And what were the numbers next to each name supposed to mean? They were all in the same ballpark, between 30 and 60,000. And I decided to dig a little deeper and look up a few of the names and addresses, just to sate my curiosity, you know.
Oh my god!
I had this $100,000 student debt. 200.
I started with a couple of the names in black. It looked like these really were real people and their real addresses.
Burger King.
Okay.
Burger.
Still didn't give any indication about what the numbers meant, though. I looked up one of the names in red. Mr. X. That's when things took a darker turn. Mr. X was indeed a real person, and the address listed was indeed his, but he had passed away a few years back under mysterious circumstances. The same was true of Mrs. Y, Dr. Z, and all the other names listed in red on the document. They'd all perished, either under mysterious circumstances or through some sort of unfortunate accident. Starting to worry that this USB might have belonged to someone in the cleanup business, so to speak, I began to put the pieces of the puzzle together and figured I knew what the numbers next to each name meant. They were the amount that the people had been contracted for. This was a hit list. I immediately called up the authorities and handed the USB over to them, telling them where I'd found it and what the information pertained to. They took it from there, and I haven't heard anything else about it
Big old
since.
freaking door.
Had somebody left the USB on the bench intentionally for somebody else to come and collect? Or had it simply fallen out of the owner's pocket? I still don't know. Probably never will. But I'm glad that nobody came by that park bench during those 5 minutes I waited around. It was dark. The park was completely empty. And the owner or collector really wouldn't have wanted that USB to fall into somebody else's hands. Who knows what they might have done?
Whoa. Yeah, get their merch, but don't get anything like don't do anything they just did. Last one, I'm sorry. Yes, I know it's the last one, but I have to keep working on this video. But the last one we have here is called True Randonautica, whatever that is, app horror story animated. It was uploaded by Watch the Entertainment. So we gonna get into that video. In 3, 2, 1.
For the past few weeks, me and my friend have been using the app Randonautica. One
Yeah. Randonautica, boy. What even is that app? I might want to search it up sometime.
night recently, me and Daniel went to the movies. When the movie ended, it wasn't that
Look at
late,
black
so we
dude.
came up with the idea to
Look at
grab
white
some
character.
food and use the app. We searched for creepy locations, and the app gave us a destination to drive to. The app was taking us to a quiet part of the highway. We had to pull over by an abandoned rest stop and walk the rest of the way because there were no roads heading into where the app was telling us to go. Me and Daniel walked towards the woods and climbed over an old rusty fence. We carried on walking into the woods
Why?
with about
Don't
5
do
minutes
this,
left
kids.
until we reached
Don't
our
do it.
destination. We came prepared and brought with us flashlights as we've been doing this often. We finally arrived to the location where the app was leading us to, and it led us to a cabin. It was hard to tell if someone was using this or it was left abandoned. Daniel asked if we should go inside and look around. I said, I don't know. It could be someone's property. Daniel eventually convinced me to check it out. There weren't any cars around or lights in the cabin.
Well, if there's a
And we were
freaking
kind
road
of
that
in the
cuts,
middle of
if there's no
nowhere, so
freaking
I
road,
agreed.
of course.
We entered the cabin by going through the front door as it was unlocked. Just like the outside, the cabin looked abandoned but also like someone had been living there. The downstairs was relatively normal. We went upstairs and there was only one room. We assumed it to be a bedroom, and after opening the door, we were right. The room was not
Why
normal,
the frick
however.
the notes all over?
Someone had nailed pages from
Bible?
what I assumed was a Bible all over the walls and ceiling.
I think that's about it.
Scattered on the floor were more Bibles and Bible pages that had been ripped out. If this wasn't creepy enough, there was a bag sitting on the bed. I looked inside and there was a small Bible, a box of matches, a large rusty pair of scissors, and a hammer that had blood on it. I showed Daniel what was in the bag, and he said we should probably leave. As we went downstairs, Daniel stopped me and told me to be quiet. After listening out carefully, we heard men talking in the near distance. Then I noticed, through the window, about 6 or 7 flashlights in the woods approaching the cabin.
Oh.
We quietly left through the front door again and
Y'all
started
dead.
jogging back to where the car was. We hopped the fence and drove back home. That night, Daniel texted me with a picture of a news article that he had read that was posted 2 days ago.
Whoa.
Man brutally murdered in his home. He was found with Bible pages stuffed in his hand. I keep thinking that those men by the cabin we found were responsible for that man's murder.
They
And
probably
if we
were.
had been caught in their cabin, me and Daniel might have suffered the same similar fate.
Oh. As soon as I heard the I thought it was gonna be like some Jason, but that part was also cool too. I like that. That was cool. Alright, well that's gonna be it. I know it was a short Free Friday, but at least I got one good. Let me just. There you go. But at least you guys had a Free Friday today. Just better be grateful. Oh my gosh. Yo, can I get a replay? How I just threw that? Anyways, I know it's short. I'm sorry. Usually my Free Fridays are about like 30 minutes or so, but I don't know. But you know, Free Friday. I know I didn't do it last week. I'm sorry about that. I should have done it. I'm sorry. I should have done it. I should have done it. Hey, can I get a replay on that too? Like I was saying though, I'm sorry I was so short today, but maybe longer ones will come. And yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Wait. 6 or 5th. I think it's the 6th one. But alright. Bye! Now you're coming with me too.